Hello. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and I decided today is the day I'm going to do this. I'm going to just post. Didn't write a script, didn't write nothing. I'm just here. I finally figured out how to record video on a Mac. You do it by clicking quick time. Anywho, it's weird, but it's working. And then also, I have this Rode microphone that I got last year when I decided I was going to be a musician. You be going through life like that. And I am a musician, actually. We all are. We're all musicians, we're all artists, we're all creative types. But we let the world tell us that we're not. We let corporations get to us. We put on that corporate lifestyle. And that's what happened to me. By the book, corporate. That's my nickname was By the Book Cassie. That's what I'm saying. I was known as By the Book. I mean, I'm still in it. I'm still in the corporate world. But I don't let it pull me down like it did the last 20 years of my life. I'm post midlife crisis. I am 40. I'm in my 40s. I'm 43. And I feel like, I know this is now the second half of my life based on, typical life expectancies. I'm already in the second half, probably, and I'm deciding what that's going to look like. The first half of my, the first 20 years, I was figuring stuff out. And then the next 20 years, I was working my way up through corporate America, schooling, all that, and becoming an adult and, getting a house and all those different things that us millennials wanted to do, right? I'm an elder millennial, by the way. So kind of on that cusp, in that zennial, I think it's called, generation, little gap year. Anywho, not gap year, that time period where you didn't know technology and then you knew it as you were growing up, kind of. You got to see both worlds. So you know what it's like to use a payphone or a rotary phone. You had, my cassette tape was my first thing I ever had, then a Walkman, and then now, you get to your MP3 and all that. But, being able to see all that gives me to have seen all that gives me I feel like a good, well-rounded view to know what's good and what feels good and what works and what doesn't. And I really got hard into the digital life. I could even remember a time, in the last 5 years even, where I remember I read Ready Player One, and I was like, and then like the whole like metaverse was coming out around that time, and it was supposed to be all these things, and I was actually excited about it. I was like, yeah, I want to just plug in and, go be in that world. And a lot of it's because I'm an introvert and I didn't understand the consequences of that. But, and even AI, I embraced it. I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I got me an account and all that, paid account. And earlier this year, or maybe even late last year, not quite remembering when, I realized I was outsourcing my thinking. There were definitely some benefits to it. My biggest benefit was my dog was going through health issues at the time. She's an older dog, and I was able to just feed all that information and ask for advice, and it already knew all the answers of what had happened in the past that I didn't quite remember. I see the benefit in that, but it started to get unhealthy where I was kind of relying on that too much and not my own intuition. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it just became a moment where I was like, oh, that's what it is. I felt like I know it's going to eventually turn on us. It's like, yeah, it's $20 a month now, but now we're going to go token consumption based, and, basically you pay to use it each time. And that's a barrier, and it's going to become feudalism, I guess, techno-feudalism. It's obvious. Please tell me I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. So anyway, I've been going back analog. Yeah, so I've been reading physical books again. I've been painting. I would say I've been drawing a lot, some painting, just trying to find a creative outlet. I don't have any art skills. I never took an art class. I avoided it all through school, took other things. So a lot of what I do is more just feelings based, like just draw what I feel and then kind of fill it in after. But I've always sketched my whole life, looking at a picture. I can't see images in my head. Aphantasia, I think it's called. So because of that, it's hard for me to like paint or draw from memory. So that's why that works for me. But anyway, that's what this channel is about. I'm going to explain various creative outlets like that I've been learning really heavily this year, but I started last year, but kind of went in and out. But now I'm committed. Really, even, I've kind of had some gaps this year too. But I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy to be the age I am. I'm happy to have my perspective. I did go through a period where I felt old and I was like, I'm never going to do, all these different things like, oh, my health's never going to be better. But guess what? My health is better than it was 10 years ago now because I realized it and I made the changes. I made the changes that I needed to do. And now I feel great. I feel as good or better than I did 10 years ago. Maybe even 20 years ago, to be honest, because I feel like my mental health is better. Because I'm releasing a lot of stuff that didn't serve me. Obviously, you could tell by me saying that I've been doing some work. Just work on myself to be a better person, to be a better me, self-love, self-care. Yeah, just all that. So yeah, but the biggest point of all this is about not only finding the creativity in your life again and how to like go back to that, what feels natural to express it, but more so how to find joy in daily life, like, a cup of coffee, being okay with silence. If that just now was uncomfortable for you, just that waiting, like what I just did again right now. Just chill, bro. It's not that serious. Take your time. Don't be in such a hurry. Enjoy the coffee. Enjoy your Saturday morning. Be a kid again. When I say that, I mean allow yourself to have childlike wonder. It's okay. It's okay to be cringe. It's okay to be excited about coffee. It's okay to be excited about, going walk to the chicken place like I did last night, and wrote a little song about it, and that'll be my first post. Because, you can when you look at it, you could just see the joy come through. Where there's a point towards the end where like I noticed after I watched it back that I look like a kid, like I'm just like so excited and present and in the moment and thinking about that chicken I'm about to eat, and I'm just like, I wrote a song about it. Why not? Nobody can stop you. I had saw back when I was on Twitter last year. I'm off that. I don't have any social media on my phone anymore. Anywho, the quote from Twitter is, your life begins or something when you realize that as you're an adult that you're not in trouble. No one can tell you what to do. You could just choose to be happy. You could just choose to do what you want. It's your life. Just go live. That's what this channel is about. And I'm gonna be cringe. I'm gonna be cringe as fuck doing this shit, but it's real. Oh, and no AI. I'm not using AI for anything. No, not for ideas, concepts, nothing. Okay? Well, later.